Well, hello everybody. It's been a while since I've posted a vlog, and I've been really so busy. So I'm sorry I've been so pants at doing this, but I hope that you'll carry on watching and following me. And yeah, so today I'm planning to do a little bit of a tour of the allotment and to let you know what I hope to achieve today. It never ever goes to plan. Everything has been a bit of a tough start of the year. It's either been too cold, the plants have sulked, the slugs and snails have eaten everything, the nighttime temperatures have been too cold for some of the warmer crops that I planted earlier. So it's been a challenge. So I want to just show you what we have got to crop, what we're aiming to do today, and fingers crossed the rain holds off, because we're forecast for some rain a little bit later. So join me today. So I'm going to just show you a few things that around the plot. So this is plot 2 that I'm going to take you around and just talk to you about what we hope to do. Maybe not today, but what the bigger plan is as well. So these are some of the onions and shallots we planted from seed, and you can see they're really looking good, and they're beginning to, hang on, let me show you down here. See, the necks are beginning to bend over here, which means that they're coming towards finishing. So you've got an onion here that's bent over, which means that these onions are beginning to finish. So in the next week or so, couple of weeks maybe, the onions will come out and be dried, which means that we'll have this section of the plot free for putting another crop in. And there's also a load of foxglove plants that have come up, which we did intentionally leave. So again, I shall bring a load of pots down and pot them up, and we can sell them in next year's spring sale. I did manage to sneak in a row of beetroot for when these onions do come out, and they're just there and they're doing quite well. I only put them in, I think, last week. There's plenty of weeds as well. And some dwarf beans here. These are compass. So this was the first sowing, and they'll be ready for picking very shortly. And then I've done a couple of more sowings here. So there'll be a while before we get those. But the weeds are beginning to come up, so I would like to try and just hoe down here today. So that will be one job. And here we have summer leeks, which I multi-sowed in pots, as you can see there. And we take these when they're not very big. We might start taking them soon, because if you have a look on this leaf, let me see if I can get that a bit better. It's beginning to get some rust, and that's because we've had a lot of wet weather. So I'll start taking these out, which means this area also will become vacant soon, so ready for some of the autumn planting crops. Here we had a second sowing of brassicas, of calabrese, cauliflowers, and some cabbages, and we've been eating these like mad, and we will soon clear this area here. I don't think there's a lot more to take out. There's a nice little a cauliflower there. It looks like the slugs have had a little crawl over it, but we'll take that today. And there's a beautiful cabbage just here that's ready for taking as well. but the calibres, you can see we've cut those. You can leave it, and let me just take you over here. So where we've left this one, for example, this shoots have come out, which gives you another little calibres there, some of the side shoots. So we'll need this space soon, so we'll probably start taking these brassicas out. So here are our shallots that we grew from sets, and you can see they're looking really, really nice. We're due to have a lot more rain, but I'm going to leave them in today, unless I have some extra time, which I doubt. When we take out the brassicas next to it, we'll probably take out these shallots as well. A lot of people use them for pickling, but we like to just pop them into stews and casseroles and things like that, into the roasting tin, and have them whole, and they're delicious. So they'll be coming out, and they store really well. That is, if we get some dry weather. The greenhouse has been very, very mixed. It's been very cold, and a lot of these plants sulked. I mean, we have got some peppers, and they are looking a little bit better. And although we've fed them, they're not looking great. The cucumbers, however, are doing well. And you can see that we've got a number of cucumbers on the plant. And one of the jobs I'd either do today or Thursday is to just take some of the bottom leaves off. And here's one. That's one to take home today, so that'll be coming home. So you can see the aubergines have not been happy at all, but these two have been brilliant. It's just the luck of the draw, and I'll show you these. Oh, they've got loads of aubergines on them, so what I miss out on the others, I will gain on this. So some of these are near enough ready to come home today. And again, I really need to take a few of the leaves off this plant so that the sun and the little beasties can come and fertilise them. But it's a little bit of a sorry state in the greenhouse this year, which is a bit sad. But if things don't perk out, or perk up, I will take a lot of this out, call it a day, and put some of my autumn crops in, ready for the autumn, particularly spinach, lamb's lettuce, coriander, stuff like that, which I'll start planting towards the end of July, or even the end of August. So I'm going to give these a little while to pick up, but to be honest with you, I'm not very hopeful. I don't think these peppers are going to really make the grade this year, which is very, very sad after all that early growing from seed. But gardening's like that. You get some successes and you get some failures. On the other side of the greenhouse, we're putting up some wigwams after clearing it of peas, and we have got some later crop beans in here. I'm a bit short of some because some of them didn't germinate, but I bought another tray down, so one of today's jobs will be finishing off this bean pole and planting it up. And we do have some more space and some more bean poles, so hopefully, if not today, Thursday, by the end of the week, we'll have the other bean poles put up, and I've got a few more beans back home. I did shoot some film of these brassicas which I will put into the vlog just to show you how it looked. We had a fantastic, absolutely fantastic crop of calabrese and cabbages and cauliflowers in here, which we've taken out now. There's some very sad looking spring onions in there, but they are bulbing up, or you know, getting fatter. We will be able to use them. Hello. We've replanted with some calabrese and some cauliflowers, so it's looking all a bit sad in there. And I must say the plants were looking a little bit sad too, but I think with all the rain and everything that we're planned to have, they'll pick up. So that's the other side from the greenhouse on plot 2. But all being well, we'll have a good autumn and winter, and some just little lettuces that we popped into some spaces. And these are some little baby cabbages where we cut the cabbages out but left the stalks, and they've grown these little, I think people call them pups. So little pups, which when I need this space I'll take them out. But we took so many cabbages and everything, we couldn't eat any more greens. So I've just left them in there until we really need them, and then I'll take them out. But a nice little addition if you need it. This is our asparagus bed, which we've stopped cropping, but this bed has terrible bindweed, and we're forever pulling out bindweed. And I just wonder whether this is part of the reason why our crop of asparagus this year was very poor. And we do have a very large bed of asparagus, but you can even see from some of the ferns they're quite weak and pathetic. I don't know quite how long this asparagus bed has been here. I'm going to try and look it up, and maybe it's just come to the end of its life. I don't know, and it's a hard thing to know what to do, whether to replace it or just give it another chance, because other people I saw on YouTube had very bad crops, or had very poor asparagus crops this year. So it could be weather related rather than the plant. But I think the decision will be to give it one more year, and if the crop is as poor as it was, it's really not worth the amount of space this asparagus bed takes. So we might just lift the whole lot, plant some more, and not here obviously. We'll turn this into a part of the vegetable plot, but find another space somewhere where we can put a permanent plot of asparagus in. Also on plot 2, we've got a number of containers. Not all I've planted. Here's 2 that are storing rubbish, but do need seeing to. It's one of those jobs you put at the bottom of your list, or always falls to the bottom of your list. But we've got 2 large containers. These are the artichokes, Jerusalem artichokes, which were planted after we lifted the last ones in about February, I think. And they are big. They're doing well. They've obviously liked the wet weather a lot, and they're doing really well. They're a member of the sunflower family, and because of that they will produce yellow flowers at the top, and they are very pretty, but they are huge, and they give, although this is a very small pot, it's a plastic tub, it gives us 2 crates of artichokes, and we don't eat that many of them, so we're forever trying to give them away. I planted the sweet potatoes, which I didn't think were going to do anything because of the cold, but they have finally started to pick up. So I don't know whether to be hopeful or not. They look great, they look healthy. They don't start fattening up until the autumn, so maybe we're going to be in luck. We seem to have a lot of rocket that's self-seeded, because we did grow some rocket in here last year. So at some point I'll come down and give this tub a weed. I've got a few extra sweet potato slips which should have gone in ages and ages and ages ago, but I do have a tub on plot 3 that's completely empty, so I might just pop those in. Even if I don't get any roots, you can eat the tips of sweet potatoes and the leaves, so we'll probably do that, and if we get any roots below, that's an added bonus, but if we don't, then you know, we've still got a small crop from it. Now, someone has kindly left a fig plant here. I don't know who's left that, but thank you. I'll see if I can find out who. And these are the leeks that obviously will need to go in soon. So I brought them down to harden off and get ready for planting very soon. This is plot 1, and this is our raised bed in plot 1. We've got a raised bed. I don't normally grow in raised beds, but we built this because this area had very, 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 very bad bindweed. So we built a raised bed and we put some Mypex at the bottom to try and stop the bindweed, and it's done the job. So we've grown in here ever since. I planted some onions around the edge, but some of them are beginning to go to seed, and I shall take these onions out this week as well and dry them. They're looking really good, and I might do that today because we're forecast rain for the rest of the week, and it will be good to let these dry. I also planted some early beans. I don't know if you can see them. Let me just pull the nets up. So I planted some early dwarf beans, compass, which are my favourite beans. I call them the back-breaking beans because picking them is back-breaking. I'm just trying to, we did a large pick at the end of last week, but there they are. So some lovely beans. So we've got beginning to get a continuous crop of some nice beans. So when I've cleared out these onions, I've got some cabbages that can go in here, ready for autumn harvest, and it's going to take me 2 seconds to prep this area. And here is George, our 3-legged allotment cat. I mean, we think it's got a home, but it spends an awful lot of time here, and it is the most fantastic mouser you have ever seen. And even though she is asking for food the whole time, it still can gobble 4 to 6 mice on a daily routine. She's only got 3 legs, but she is the most fantastic little cat. So cute, so friendly, and comes and sits on my cabbages when I'm planting, which isn't quite ideal, but hey, with a little cutie face like that, who minds? We've taken out the onions from this bed so that I can then plant some cabbages the next time I've done. I was hoping to do them today, but the rain is not been on our side. Yeah, but hey ho, it's the way it is. We have some mange tout peas that took ages and ages to get going, and I can see now that there is a small crop, so I shall pick those today before they go over anymore, because I can see some have, like this one. It's gone over, so we'll take that off. But it was miserable. The pigeons and the slugs and the snails were just eating them. It was a continual battle to get them to grow. But I can see that there are a few now, so we'll make the most of that. And over here are our sweet corn. This was our first planting of sweet corn, and in between are our pumpkins, and in between that are a few lettuces, different variety lettuces that are nearly ready to come out. So these are looking good, and a few spring onions just in there. So they're all looking really good, and that's all looking healthy. Slugs haven't touched them, makes a change. And this is our second sowing of carrots, which came up and germinated extremely well, and partly due to all of the rain that we had. I'll show you our first sowing, which are ready to crop now. These won't be ready to crop yet, but this mesh we've put over to stop the carrot root fly, which is rampant on this site. I think it's rampant anywhere that you grow carrots. They smell them from about 100 miles, I think, and then zoom in on your carrots and destroy them. So some mesh over there just to protect them. And then the tomatoes, which again sat and sulked for a long time, but have taken off and are now monsters. I didn't prune these tomatoes first time round, and the person that didn't quite do it quite right, so we've got a little bit of wildness on our tomatoes, but I shall go around and try and tame them a little bit along there. And we took out some mange tout that were in here, which frees up this little space. And because it has been so cold and damp, these are some beans and beetroot to go in today. I've put some spinach in, and spinach is normally a cold weather plant, but I'm putting it in, and I'm going to put some in here as we like spinach. And you can see, look at that. Look at all those weeds in such a short space of time. So we'll hoe along here as well, just to keep these little weeds down. But the tomatoes are coming along nicely. We're getting a good crop of tomatoes, and in between are some lettuces that are ready now for salads, and some spring onions. And over this side are our cherry tomatoes, which again need a good tying up and is a job for today. And again, they've got lots of tomatoes on them, so I'm very pleased that some are very big monsters where they should have been chopped off and have grown. And I'll probably stake this up now and have it as a two-stemmed tomato. But I can see that some of these, look here, these will need to come out, get all tied up. Oh, it's going to take me a while to tame these, but hey ho. Courgettes, let me just walk you around here at the end of the row. Courgettes are picking up now and starting to crop. Let me see if I can. There we go, some courgettes. There's a couple of varieties. This one is a nice yellow one, and there's some others down there. And we planted a load of spring onions in here, but you can see some of them are very yellow, and if I was to pull this out, you would see that we've got, here we go, it's white rot. We do have a lot of onion white rot on this on my plot. So at some point I will take all these yellowing ones out. There's a few that have survived that look okay here, so we'll take those out and use these. And there's some lettuces that have unfortunately gone to seed, which we'll take out. And then we have the potato crop here, and I'm planning to take at least one row of potatoes out. I'll take you the potatoes now, and we need some potatoes, so I'm definitely going to lift a row of these potatoes. And I think the first row are Charlottes, so we've got a few rows of Charlottes. We've got about 3 or 4 varieties of potatoes along here, not as many potatoes as we normally grow. And actually we've reduced how many potatoes we eat, so next year I may even grow less, and that will free up space for other types of crops. And at the back are our runner bean poles. I'll just take us across here, and you can see we've got beans ready for harvesting today. These were some of the earlier ones we popped in, and then some runner beans at the end of this frame. So that's nice. It gives us a variety, and it also gives us a longer growing season, so they don't all come at once. So that's a nice little treat. Some beans today. This will be our first picking. Lovely. I'm going to lift this first row of Charlotte potatoes. I don't know what they're going to be like, but they look, I'm sure that they'll be a good little harvest. We don't plant them very deep because we're no dig. I can see a couple of green potatoes, but let's just have a little look. Yeah. Look at that. They're looking good. Right, so I should just pop these. They're nice. A little bit green. Bits of green on them that we can deal with. Obviously, we'll either cut the green off or we'll yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. There's the seed. It's amazing to think that tiny little thing not only produces all this green, but produces more tubers. And you want to lift all of the little potatoes out that you can, because these will grow next year. So I'm just going to finish digging this row, and I'll show you what the harvest has been from about 6 plants. So this is the crop from our, I think it was about 7 plants, which I'm really pleased about. They're really a good size. Nice and great for roasting, chipping, just boiling. They're beautiful. They're so versatile. We really like them. And there's not too many really small ones, which we just boil and eat as salad potatoes, or I make potato salad from it. But I may even clear a second row, only because this is where we're going to be planting our brassicas. And I'm desperate to get those in, along with the leeks that you saw earlier on. So this is the crop from 2 rows of Charlottes, and I've discovered there's 2 more rows, so that'll be more than enough for us. They come out really clean, beautiful looking potatoes. Absolutely. There are a little bit of green on some of them. You just take that off. That's where they were close to the light, and I didn't cover them with some compost when they were growing, so that's my fault really. but nice and easy to lift, and beautiful potatoes. Very pleased. I had intended on doing a lot more than I've done, but sadly rain has stopped play, so I'm gonna be going home soon, just packing up. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog that I've actually been able to post, and hopefully I won't be so pants in the future about filming and vlogging. It's really the editing that takes quite a while, but the filming I've been doing a little bit as we've gone along. But anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy growing. Bye bye for now.